The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit dubby.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outkast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com. Good Monday morning to everybody. Hope that you are doing well. I hope that your weekend was as fantastic and as good as mine, or even better, hopefully not worse. It is time for the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton, hanging out with you here this Monday morning. We are live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on the Mike Tipton on the Mike Tipton channel, and of course on the Under the Hood network as well. Shout out to our new friends at Under the Hood. Our third week. They haven't gotten rid of me yet. Our third week over at Under the Hood right now as well. Shout out to my dude, Jonathan Hood, and all the amazing people over in Chicagoland having ourselves a good time. Hopefully continuing to have a good time. And, of course, we are live on X. Slide into my X. I just love saying that because it makes things sound awkward. Slide into my X and let me know what it is that you've got going on in your world today, what it is that you want to talk about at Mr. Tipton 33 on all the various social media channels. One of the things that I'm excited about happened over this weekend was that the Savannah Banana Ball was here in El Paso. Whoa, look at that, having the volume too loud on some of my stuff. But I just wanted to make sure and check in that we were good. But Banana Ball was here in the Sun City. The firefighters taking on the tailgaters. I had way too much fun at both of those games, having myself a hell of a time. If you haven't gone out and seen Banana Ball for yourself, I encourage you to do so. A lot of people know, like, I love baseball. I am a baseball guy. I can watch baseball no matter what. Watching this, like, Banana Ball, watching the tailgaters, watching the firefighters, the spectacle, the show that they put on. Even if you're a baseball purist, just go out there, check it out. I assure you, you are going to have a hell of a time. 10,000 people in our stadium here in El Paso. It only seats 9,500, so how they got 10,000 is beyond me, but I'm not going to be the guy to question those types of things. What I will do, though, is, again, encourage you, any chance that you get, any opportunity that you get to go out and watch the Savannah Bananas or any of the Banana Ball teams, please do yourself that favor. Get out there, watch those Savannah Bananas, and have just a hell of a time. I'm telling you guys, I can't put it into words. It was absolutely amazing. Tito Caballero saying UTEP Miners picks up, baby, picks up. You can see UTEP graduate, but Texas Tech guy, going over to Texas Tech for my master's degree right now. Gung Sanji saying hello, Gung Sanji. Hope that you're having yourself a great day over on the YouTube channel. Thank you all. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I am located here in El Paso. Tito Caballero, if you are as well. Currently, the manager of game presentation and live events with the El Paso Chihuahuas and El Paso Locomotive. So, hey, maybe you go out to the stadium, you see me, say hi sometime. It would be a great time to see some of y'all out there. There we go. I like that, Sanji. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. But I got to tell other people, we got to grow it, man. We got to do our thing. How are you doing today? Where are you talking to me from? I just got a weird pain in my elbow, and it makes me feel like something bad is about to happen. But it's all right. We power through. We make our way through like the beast and the monsters. We are. That was dumb. Okay. Enough about Banana Ball. Like I said, I had a fantastic time. If you get to go on out there sometime and check out Banana Ball, do yourself that favor. I know it's really difficult to get tickets, but the atmosphere, the tailgate, just everything like that, the pregame parties, the postgame parties, everything about it is so much fun. Sanji saying that he is from Indonesia. I hope you don't mind me calling you Sanji. Or is it Gung Sanji? If it's Gung Sanji, I will say that as well. But thank you for tuning in from Indonesia. It's got to be late over there right now, I feel like. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning here in El Paso, Texas. Why this is a morning show is beyond me, but it is. And we're here. Okay. NBA basketball happened over the weekend. My San Antonio Spurs. There we go. It says his name is Sanji in real life. Look at that. Look at that. Me knowing things. I appreciate the love and the support, Sanji. Thank you so much. My San Antonio Spurs dispatch of the Minnesota Timberwolves in very fast fashion. And it made me extremely happy that the Spurs were able to, one, come back from the game one debacle that they had. They were able to come back from the issues that they had in the in game four, whenever Victor Wembanyama elbows Naz Reid, gets kicked out of the game. My dude Tommy Carranza tuning in saying, "What's up, Tip? What's up, Tommy? Hope that you're having yourself a good time today, my friend. I hope that you had a great weekend." I was just telling everybody about Banana Ball here in El Paso, how much fun that was for me. And you know what? Like, selfishly, I guess not selfishly, unselfishly, but that also sounds kind of pretentious. I was so excited. Like, one of my former students, she works for me over at the stadium. And she got to like be down on the field, taking pictures, doing all that stuff. So I was super excited about seeing her do that. I just love like being able to give my people a different experience, and that Banana Ball experience, I tell you, is absolutely amazing. But NBA basketball, the San Antonio Spurs, moving on to the Western Conference Finals. Tommy Carranza, a huge Oklahoma City Thunder fan this week and going forward as well. And I don't blame him. Hating on the San Antonio Spurs is his thing. I'm good with it. It doesn't hurt a little bit. It just hurts a lot. But the Spurs this season matched up extremely well against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They go 4-1 in the 5 games that they played against each other. The Thunder, again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander winning the MVP. Whatever you think about that, it is what it is. He is one of the best players in basketball, whether you like his game or whether you don't. Tommy, all caps, let's go Thunder. And if the Spurs make it to the next round, are you okay cheering for Cleveland or New York? I'm sure you are. It seems like right now it's anybody but San Antonio, Tommy, which I get. I get. I said it wouldn't be me. I would support my friends and their teams as best I could because I'm not worried about the Mavericks winning another championship, getting closer to the Spurs, the Mavericks and their one chip. But I would like to see the Spurs win a championship this year. But I'm also terrified about this team winning a championship this year, making it seem like it comes that easy. Although after 7 years of missing the playoffs, look, I'm going through the emotional roller coaster as a fan myself. I told y'all I didn't think this was a championship contending team. Tommy saying, let's go Knicks, let's go Cavs. Anybody but the Spurs. ABS. ABS. No Spurs, no. Tommy, I think I just found a shirt for you. I think I just found a shirt for you. No Spurs, no upside down spur. Look at that. Look at that. You could sell that to Dallas Mavericks fans, Houston Rockets fans all year long. I think I just found it for you, Tommy. Maybe I, being who I am, I talked to the crooked commish. Shout out to the commish. I love the ability that the commish gave me by hooking me up with a dude, the Neon Peacock, Mike himself. Another Mike, way too many mics. Maybe I get the shirt made. Tommy's saying that's my old chant. Look at that. Symbiosis. It all works together. It all works together. I also want to take I want to take a quick moment to say a big shout out and thank you to the people at the Buzz Podcast. This was the first year in 4 years now that I didn't get to be the MC of the annual pillow fight because I had it on Banana Ball Day, so it hurt me. I'm the one who missed out. But seeing Nation of Wrestling going out there, doing their thing, having themselves a great time, my girl Amanda Mata getting a knockout, an actual knockout with a pillow, was an absolutely fun time. I can't wait to get out there again. Shout out to Ivy Red and the crew over at Nations of Wrestling. They are doing a fantastic job. Follow them on social media, especially Ivy. She is absolutely amazing. The goddess herself, absolutely amazing, along with our friends over at the Nation of Wrestling. It's going to be some fun stuff in the future that we've got here for the city of El Paso. So, again, I missed out on it. I'm a little sad about it. Our dude, the commish, joining in, getting greetings from Tommy, saying, Money Mike, what's up, bro? What's up, commish? Hope that you had yourself a great weekend, my dude. I genuinely do. I am still recovering. I am so tired right now. You guys have no idea, man. The banana ball stuff, it takes a lot out of you. It really does take a lot out of you. But I am here. Not going to continue with the chant that you guys are expecting. That's not me anymore. But I am here having myself a good old time. I hope that you are too, Commish. What are your thoughts about what happened this weekend in the NBA playoffs? If you were watching the NBA playoffs, I feel like I'm the only one. I'm the only one watching the NBA playoffs because now I'm the only one that has stake in the game. Beast Trilla's Detroit Pistons getting murked yesterday at home. The 8th largest margin of victory in a Game 7 out of the 159 Game 7s that have been played in NBA playoff history. The Detroit Pistons losing by 31 points at home to a Cleveland Cavaliers team that until Game 5 hadn't won a road playoff game in 2 years. The commish being 100% Chicago, just like our friends on the Under the Hood Podcast Network, saying I was watching the Cubs versus Sox game. But I gotta see, like maybe I was wrong. Is it White Sox or was it Red Sox? There's too many Sox. First off, the Red Sox aren't even red, they're a pink sock. And if you don't know what a pink sock is, Google it. That's exactly what the Red Sox are. The commission saying, I see your team handle business. Of course they did. Neither one of the NBA playoff games this weekend were very competitive at all. The Spurs won by 30. The Cavs won by 31. Whenever you have an average margin of victory in two games of 31 or 30 and a half points, it clearly shows that neither team necessarily belonged. And then I thought about this. In games that Victor Wembanyama was healthy and the Spurs won, they won by an average of 26 points a game. We spoke about how big the margin of victory was for the New York Knicks over the Philadelphia 76ers, being 22 and a half points a game. The San Antonio Spurs won a game by 39, by 7, by 29, and by 30. They beat the absolute brakes off them boys. And it was great to see. For me, it was great to see. Absolutely great to see. I'm so happy. Like you guys have no, again, I'm going through the emotions here. I don't know whether or not this team can actually win the championship. I still have way too much faith in Oklahoma City. As a matter of fact, I want to go and I want to see what the spread for game one is right now. As I look that up real quick. Probably shouldn't have done that at this point in time, but I'm doing it now. I mean, it's closer than I thought, much closer than the 15.5-point spread that the Thunder had over the LA Lakers. Oklahoma City is favored by 6.5 points. I can see that. The New York Knicks are favored over the Cleveland Cavaliers by 7.5 points in their respective games, at least. I can see the Spurs. I feel like there's two options here. The Spurs either blow out Oklahoma City, which is something they did a lot of early in the season, or they lose very close, heartbreaking games. I don't think they're going to get blown out, and I don't think that they have the mentality to pull out a game late in the fourth quarter that they need to get a bucket. I just don't think they're there. And yes, I know I sound super pessimistic. People are going to tell me, Tip, you're being a jerk. You're overcritical of this team. Again, I watch way too much basketball. And I just think I have a good grasp on how some of this stuff goes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying not to be pessimistic. I don't want to sound like I'm pessimistic about the team. I think they've done amazing. However, there's your caveat. However, I still don't think they have the mental makeup right now. They're so young, and I know that they have to take their lumps. We've seen it, again, I've said this a million times, it feels like, throughout the history of basketball. It's going to be something that they're going to have to go through. I cannot see a scenario where a team goes into the playoffs for the first time in 7 years and wins a championship. And it's not like they were super competitive in those 7 years. They were objectively bad, dominated by the lowly Dallas Mavericks for a 5-year period. Not anymore, but dominated for the first 5 years of that 7-year slide of the San Antonio Spurs. Dominated by the lowly, bottom-feeding, that means ass-eating, Dallas Mavericks and Denver Nuggets. Why the hell not? That lowly, miscreant swine team dominating our beloved San Antonio Spurs. Heartbreaking. Just absolutely gut-wrenching. But at least we're not the Bulls. The Spurs, once again, 6.5-point underdog. But let's talk about Detroit basketball. It's got to be disappointing. It's got to be disappointing as a Detroit fan. And I wish Strilla was here. I'm not for me to like rag on him. Tommy said, if it wasn't for Nico, you'd already be sitting at home. Just like Nico? I'd be at home just like Nico. You know, the thing is, Tommy is like, I can't even muster the hate that I need for the Dallas Mavericks. Like, I'm just not there yet. I could understand why you hate the San Antonio Spurs. I can understand why Houston Rockets fans hate the San Antonio Spurs. Yo, for the last, 30 years, creme de la creme, right? But if there is a basketball team that I hate, it is the LA Lakers, right? Because the back and forth that we had with them. I was starting to develop it with the Phoenix Suns, but they didn't last long enough for it to become like a real rivalry, right? You look at like those 05-ish to like 08 Suns teams, they gave the Spurs some problems. I tell people all the time, one of my favorite Mother's Day memories is going to Hooters, of all places, with my mother-in-law at the time, and watching the San Antonio Spurs. I think it was game 7. It went to overtime against the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix, and Tim Duncan hits that 3 and shows just the weirdest emotional outburst you've ever seen from Tim Duncan. And it's like, whoa, what the hell is this? Like Tim Duncan actually showing emotion. But again, it was like weird. It's like the guy didn't know how to be happy because he just did this. He was like, nah. And it was a weird celebration. I felt bad for the guy. How have we had that many robotic people, Tim Duncan and Kawhi Leonard, on the San Antonio Super Bowl? At least Tim Duncan knows how to laugh. Kawhi Leonard still doesn't know how to laugh. I feel bad for somebody that just tuned in at that point in time. Hear me talk the nonsense that I'm talking about the guy Kawhi Leonard. But Kawhi Leonard just, like, again, was a weird little dude. Little 6'8". I can't muster the prefabricated hate for the Dallas Mavericks just because they're not on the San Antonio Spurs level. That's going to make Tommy hate the Spurs even more. But it's the truth. Like, it really is the truth. Even, like, whenever the Mavs were at their best, at their absolute best, the Spurs won more chips. It's just, so beautiful. So beautiful. The entirety of Dirk's career, I think the Spurs won 5 championships, right? Dirk won 1. And I love Dirk. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm one of these weird people. If, like, the Mavs were still in it and the Spurs were eliminated, I'm rooting for Texas. That's how I am, right? Same thing with the Houston Rockets. I'm rooting for the Houston Rockets. One of my favorite things to do whenever I was younger was go to Houston because my sister lives in Houston. Go to a Rockets game, just completely obnoxious Spurs fan, chanting "Go Spurs, go!" Watching Tim Duncan block Yao Ming, and it's like, wow, Yao's 9 feet tall. How's he getting blocked? Wembanyama doesn't get rocked like that. Tommy says, just emphatically, I am not rooting for Texas. I am not that kind of guy. I know, because you root for teams in Oklahoma, and again, not hating on Oklahoma. My mom was from Oklahoma. I got a soft spot in my heart for the Oklahoma Sooners. I made breakfast, and it's been staring at me this whole time. And by making breakfast, I mean all I did was heat up a toaster strudel. Again, far superior toaster strudel than a Pop-Tart. Although I do like the Pop-Tart Bowl. Pop-Tart Bowl, sponsor your boy, and I will renounce my love of toaster strudel. But I don't do it for free. As of now, toaster strudel, far more superior than the Pop-Tart. Time to remind me, no Longhorns, no Spurs. What about Tech? What about Texas Tech? I know that Oklahoma's in the same conference, or not anymore. It used to be in the same conference with Texas Tech. If my beloved Texas Tech Red Raiders finally had the sun shine upon their ass like a dog every now and then, if it was them, would you be willing to be like, you know what? Let's throw them a bone. That underwhelming team, that team that's done nothing. Would you be willing to support them on behalf of me? Sure. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. We find mutual ground. And the thing is you as a Red Sox fan, me as a Yankees fan, You as a Mavericks fan, me as a Spurs fan. How the hell do we get along? Oh, that's right. The one thing that brings community together, the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys. That's how we get along. The schedule came out the other day. Fox Sports put out the comment. How many games will the Dallas Cowboys win this year? And y'all already know what I think. I know they've got issues on the defensive side. I know they've got issues on the offensive side. Is Dakota Rain Prescott, is he going to be able to stay healthy? Because if he is, top 5 quarterback in the NFL, hands down. Fight me on it, nerds. Is Dakota going to be able to stay healthy? And if he does, I see a real scenario here of the Dallas Cowboys going 17-0 in the regular season, 3-0 in the playoffs, 20 wins for the Dallas Cowboys, getting themselves that much-awaited Super Bowl. I don't find a problem with it at all. I look at the schedule, and I can't see a loss on there. The best team in the NFL, not just on paper, but on the field, is the Dallas Cowboys. Number 1 in the NFL, number 1 in your heart. And if you're a Dallas Cowboys, number 1 in your mouth because you can't keep the D out of it. Cowboys hater is what I meant to say there. I was going through a thing. Tommy asking me, go through the games. I am bringing up the schedule right now, Tommy. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. This nerd, the nerd that I am, has to go through the schedule. I've got to go through all the games. Okay, what do we have so far? I don't like the way that looks. Let me go somewhere else. Let me go to the official Dallas Cowboys website. Let's bring up all of the schedule here for the Dallas Cowboys. I was thinking, I need to find a way to start writing again, but I want to write for wow, that did not sound good at all. I wanted to find a way to become a freelance writer for the El Paso Times, or maybe even the Dallas Star or something like that, the Dallas Star Telegram. I want to get back into writing. I was thinking of writing again on my own website, but I wonder how many people would actually see it. I do miss writing. That is one of the things that I wanted to do before I did radio, before I did any of that. I think I've mentioned it on the show before. I wanted to be a newspaper writer. But then I was like, man, the newspaper is dying. The newspaper business is dying. And then I went to the welcoming arms of radio because that's not dying at all. Luckily for me, I've been podcasting now for 11 years. So I feel like before it became super, saturated, I was here. You've been having to deal with the tip for 11 years. Think about that. Think about how amazing you have to be as a human being to deal with this effing guy for 11 years or more. I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't like myself. Why do I feel like this is not the right schedule? But it really does feel like the right schedule. I got to see something. Let's go here. Yeah, it is. I don't know. It looks weird. It looks very similar to last year's schedule for the Dallas Cowboys. Tommy says, it's been fun. All capital letters right there. LOL. It's been fun. It's been fun dealing with just the tip.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just the Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that it ain't
Just enough, just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip? Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. Go visit myhappynuts.com right now. It's rocket science for where the sun don't shine. Real defense against sweat, against chafing, against odors. Mission critical for everyone with a pouch and a problem. Even if you don't have a problem or you don't seem like you have a problem. www.myhappynuts.com is the best place that you can go to make sure that you're feeling your freshest. So fresh, so clean, just like Outcast said. Do it now. www.myhappynuts.com. Promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and save on all of your male grooming needs. Tommy says, you got me again. Shake my head. I am at a stoplight with the windows down, volume up. Shake my head. LMAO. Oh, man, I love it. And the best part is that you set that up. You're like, it's been fun. You set that up. It was great. But the good thing about that song, Tommy, is it does have a great beat to it. Like, it genuinely does, man. It's one of the things that makes me happy in this world. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it, man. Again, dude, I am starving right now. I'm sorry that I am eating my, again, far superior toaster strudel. I don't put icing on it either. Like, I just like I raw dog the toaster strudel. People probably think I'm watching the hub, says Tommy. I mean, first off, fuck them. No, if they think that you're watching the hub, that's on them. That's on them for having their minds in the gutter. Not you, sir. Not you at all. It's on them for being disgusting and looking at things like that. I wouldn't even know where to find those things, but if you have a link, send it my way for research purposes, of course. Research. Trying to figure out the female anatomy. I am just but a man. All right, so we're going to go through the Dallas Cowboys schedule game by game, baby. Kicking off the season. Sunday Night Football against the New York Football Giants. Y'all know that I feel like the New York Giants are on the come up, that they're getting better. They have the arrow pointing in the right direction. Win for the Dallas Cowboys. Tommy agrees with me right there as well, saying, oh, that's a dub. 100%. We're going to be, I got to get a graphic made. We'll do this for later on. This is going to be stuff. I'm going to cut things out so that we can get this up on social media because I'm going to rage bait people today. Sunday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. That's a win. The following Sunday, September 20th. Look at that. The afternoon game. Who would have thought Dallas Cowboys in the afternoon against the Washington Commanders? Washington's got a lot to prove. I don't trust the Washington Commanders. That's a W for the Dallas Cowboys. Week 3, September 27th. Another afternoon game. What? It's almost like the Dallas Cowboys are America's team. This is probably going to be the Fox game of the week. Against the Baltimore Ravens. The very underwhelming Baltimore Ravens taking on the Dallas Cowboys, who might have also been underwhelming, but you know what? At least they don't have an MVP candidate who just can't get it done whenever it's time to get it done. Unreliable as all hell. Calling that a win for the Dallas Cowboys. Tommy calling it a loss. Tommy, you got to explain to me, why do you think that is a loss for the Dallas Cowboys against the Baltimore Ravens? Week 4, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Houston Texans. That game is going to be in Houston. Don't even have to break it down. That's a win for the Dallas Cowboys. The Houston Texans, a garbage, poverty-ass franchise. And I hear their fans suffer from erectile dysfunction. It's wild. The Dallas Cowboys come back home to the friendly arms of AT&T Stadium. Back around them, wrapped around them. The Dallas Cowboys back home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know I love me some Baker Mayfield. Tommy and I have that in common. Pause. You know I love Baker Mayfield. Former Texas Tech quarterback, Oklahoma Sooner, Boomer Sooner. But Tampa Bay, man, they've been super disappointing. Calling that a win right there for the Dallas Cowboys in Week 5. Week 6, the Dallas Cowboys travel up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Green Bay Packers are just not a good team. Not like I don't know if you can trust Jordan Love. They made a lot of moves, a lot of changes over there in Green Bay. I don't see how you can put stock and say that Green Bay is better than the Dallas Cowboys at this moment in time. So I'm going to call that a win for the Dallas Cowboys. Week 7, Monday Night Football at Philadelphia. Back-to-back road games for the Dallas Cowboys. Going from a Sunday Night Football game to a Monday Night Football game. That's a tough turnaround. Leaving the cold-ass area of Lambeau Field. Like Tommy says, he's calling that a loss for the Cowboys because it's at Lambeau Field. But Week 7, Monday Night Football against the Philadelphia Eagles, that garbage-ass, poverty-ass franchise, that's a win for the Dallas Cowboys. The next week, versus the Arizona Cardinals. I got tickets to this game because a crooked commish didn't look at the schedule. He was telling me how important it is to look at the schedule. And yet somehow, some way, he bought tickets to a game that's not happening anywhere near him. Gave them over to me. Standing room only, but I'll take any tickets, man. It's AT&T Stadium. I'll more than likely just go hang out at Texas Live before and after the game, get hammered ass drunk, and have me a good time. But the Arizona Cardinals, Jacoby Brissett, although Jacoby Brissett did carve up the Dallas Cowboys last year, it ain't happening this year. It could be Jacoby Brissett. It could be Gardner Minshew. It could be Carson Beck. I don't give a heck. Win for the Dallas Cowboys. Week 9, taking on the Indianapolis Colts. That is a Sunday morning game, early in the morning. I like what the Colts did last year, but I think the Colts got by being a surprising team. Now people are going to have expectations on the Colts, just like they did with the Washington Commanders. Don't know if I trust Daniel Jones with pressure on him. So I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys right here. It's tough. It's really tough, but I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys right here. If you're paying attention to what's happening right now, we are through 9 weeks of the Dallas Cowboys schedule, and we have 9 wins for the Dallas Cowboys. All of them tough, hard-fought wins. I just don't know how you say the Cowboys lose any of these games. Week 10, November 15th, taking on the San Francisco 49ers are the Dallas Cowboys. The 49ers, man, took some steps back. They're not as good as they once were. It's like Toby Keith said, I ain't as good as I once was. Yeah, you're not San Francisco. You're hot garbage. Win for the Dallas Cowboys. Week 11, taking on the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee's got nothing working for them. It's not even fun to make fun of them. Win for the Dallas Cowboys. Then, Thursday night or Thursday afternoon football, I should say. Thanksgiving Day, against the Philadelphia Eagles. Thanksgiving Day against your most hated rival. Win for the Dallas Cowboys. You got to win that. Look at the way they beat the brakes off of a healthy Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City Chiefs team last year on Thanksgiving. There's one thing we know is that the Dallas Cowboys get dubs on Thanksgiving. The crooked commissioner saying Toby ain't say shit nowadays. That is true. Toby's been very quiet. I wonder why. I wonder what might have happened. He ain't alive as he once was. That was fucked up. We finally make it to the month of December. December 7th. Monday Night Football versus the Seattle Seahawks. The Dallas Cowboys welcoming in the Super Bowl champion, the defending Super Bowl champions, a new look Super Bowl champion team. They're prime to get that ass handed to them the way that they deserve to get that ass handed to them. The Dallas Cowboys get themselves a dub. A late bye week, which might be very beneficial for the Dallas Cowboys. Week 14 bye week. Going into week 15, taking on the Los Angeles Rams. You all know me. I think the Rams are one of the best teams in the NFL. They have talent at every damn position. They are fully stacked, fully loaded. I love the fact that they got Ty Simpson as their backup quarterback to take over the helm following Matt Stafford's eventual exodus from the team and retirement as he walks his way up to Canton. That's a really tough team, matchup-wise, for anybody. But the Dallas Cowboys, man, there's something about the way they look this season. They get the win there. Whew. It's going to be a tough one, but I really feel like the Dallas Cowboys are going to get that win. Week 16. This is where my heart is torn, guys. Week 16, taking on my second favorite team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Y'all's second favorite team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence got a haircut. Looks weird. Grow your hair back, my guy. Or get a fade or do something. Like what you did was weird. I love you, though. I still love you. My second favorite team, Shad Khan. You know I got nothing but love for you, my boy. It's going to be a hard-fought game. I can see this going into overtime. I want to say it's going to be a tie, but I genuinely feel like a team that's only had 2 ties since 1960 doesn't get a lot of ties. The Dallas Cowboys will find a way to win a tough, hard-fought matchup against one of the young and up-and-coming teams in the NFL. We're calling this a win for the Dallas Cowboys against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tough game. Really tough game. Week 17 against the New York Giants. They're probably not going to be healthy at this time. Neither team, because it's football. It's tough. It's really difficult to do. You are going to be at home. January 3rd. We've entered the month of January now. January 3rd. I find that to be a W for the Dallas Cowboys. And then ending the season on the road, Week 18 against the Washington Commanders. That's got to be a W. Again, Washington, you got to prove to me that you aren't as bad as you were last year, Washington Commanders. We're calling that a W for the Dallas Cowboys. All right, so let me add up what I got here so far. We got that. Yeah. I'm not good at math, but that seems like the Dallas Cowboys are going to go 17-0 this year. Don't know any other way to explain it. Don't know any other way to quell back my expectations. This is America's team playing America's game, winning the biggest game in the United States of America. Dallas Cowboys, 17-0. We will cut that for social media. In reality, the Baltimore game, I do feel like could be a loss. Tommy, you're right. The Dallas Cowboys do struggle a lot against mobile quarterbacks. that could be the one that I think comes and gets them. But yeah, look, they start the season 2-1. I'm good with that. Go up against Houston. They should beat Houston. CJ Stroud, I just don't know if I trust him anymore, man. I just don't know if I do that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I do like Tampa. I know that's a gritty team, and the Cowboys struggle against gritty teams. A team that can come back and win from behind, that looks like a struggle for me for the Dallas Cowboys. So I want to call that a loss. So I'm looking at 3-2 right now. Green Bay, probably a loss because it's at Lambeau, like Tommy said a little bit earlier. That is at Lambeau. So I'm looking at 3-3 right now. Philadelphia, you right the ship. That's at Philadelphia, but as we know with the Cowboys and the Eagles, it doesn't necessarily matter where you play. I just don't trust Philly. I don't. I really don't. So I think the Cowboys can win that game. Versus Arizona, they should win that game. So we're 5-3 right now. Against the Colts, they should win that game as well. So we're going to call it 6-3. San Francisco, that's in Dallas, but San Francisco seems to have the Cowboys number. I'm going to go San Francisco there. So we're 6-4. Tennessee Titans, again, I don't mean it to be bad, but I just don't see a way here that it happens. 7-4. Philadelphia on Thanksgiving, 8-4 for the Dallas Cowboys. Going into week 13 here against Seattle, that to me feels like a loss. So 8-5 heading into the bye week, getting right in December against the LA Rams. Damn. That feels like a loss, right? So I'm looking at 8-6 right now. Jacksonville, I do mean this. That's a team like as a Cowboys fan, as someone that does watch a lot of Jacksonville Jaguars fan. Yes, it's a bit, but I live the gimmick just like Rocky Johnson taught me to. I live the gimmick with the Jaguars. I watch way too much. I am plugged way too much into Jacksonville Jaguar sports talk radio. It is a weird thing that I've done to myself, but I love every second of it. That team does scare me as a Cowboys fan. I can see a scenario where the Dallas Cowboys lose that game, but I've got faith that they will win that game. So now we're looking at 9-6. New York, I think the Cowboys win that game as well, 10-6. Washington Commanders, I think the Cowboys win that game as well, 11-6. So we're looking at the Dallas Cowboys, in reality to me, being what I think will be 11-6. Best case scenario, maybe they get that game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that I said. Maybe they get a win against San Francisco. I could see Dallas being at the best a 12-win team, at the worst a 9-win team, because I can see a scenario just based off of what we know at the Cowboys where they lose to a team like the Commanders just randomly. Maybe even Jacksonville, right? They just lose to that team randomly. Or they also lose a game to Philadelphia. So I have the Dallas Cowboys finishing 11-6. I have the best case scenario for Dallas being 12-5. The worst case scenario for the Cowboys being 9-8. 9-8, I don't think gets you as a playoff team. 11-6, I think, can win the division for the Cowboys. So I feel like that's more or less where they're going to be. I also wouldn't be surprised if they win 12 games and lose in the first round of the playoffs, because that just seems to be the purgatory we habitually live in as Dallas Cowboys fans. Those of you who are Dallas Cowboys fans. And Tommy, you've done it, my guy. You have unlocked Pandora's box. You know that I go into every season asking, how are they going to do? We will look at the schedules a little bit later on in the year. I will get myself more versed in what's going on. And we will break down each division, who's going to win each division, who's going to do what. I was right on 3 out of my 4 predictions this season, this past season. I told you the Bears would be a playoff team. Ka-ching. I told you the Broncos would win their division. Ka-ching. And I told you that the Jacksonville Jaguars would win their division. All these people laughing at me. You don't know ball. Eat a dick. Told y'all the Jaguars would win that division. And this was before, like it was because people kept telling me, Tip, you're an idiot, that I said, we're sinking into the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was all you naysayers, all you asses out there that were coming after me because I said, this is a really good team that created the monster that is me now. The Jacksonville Jaguars super fan that is Mike Tipton. You created this monster by doubting me. 3 out of my 4. The one that I got really wrong was I said I thought Philadelphia could repeat as a Super Bowl champion. Way wrong on that one. Way wrong on that one. Tommy says that he's got our beloved Dallas Cowboys at 12-5. Again, like I said, that to me is best case scenario for Dallas. Best case scenario. But we know the Dallas Cowboys are not a best case scenario type of team. They are normally a team that plays down to their competition. And I can see them struggling with Tennessee, right? I would not be surprised if the Dallas Cowboys lose to Tennessee, just because I've seen the Dallas Cowboys lose to bad teams over and over and over. They need to beat the bad teams to get into the playoffs and be a team that makes me feel like they've got an actual shot. 11-6 is where I'm living. I wouldn't be surprised again. 10-7, I think, would be a good one as well. That's more or less where I think they're going to be. Worst case scenario for me is that 9-8 season. Tommy says worst case for them is 10-7. But again, there's a lot of caveats with this Dallas Cowboys team. Way too many caveats with them. Sorry, guys, I'm so hungry right now. I might be high. Definitely not might. I am. I'm not. I don't smoke before the show. I smoke during Just the Tip break. And I ripped that shit so hard. I'm joking. Especially if you're someone that watches from work. I'm joking about joking. All right, so I had put out in the comments or in the show description that I wanted to talk about NFL free agents. We still got a handful of free agents out there that I'm wondering, where can they go? What team would benefit from having them? So let's talk a little bit about it right now. The main guy, the number one guy that I see here that's at the top of the list just based off of the amount of money that he made last season is Tyreek Hill. There were rumors that Tyreek Hill is going to try to go back to Kansas City. I don't see that Kansas City needs him. And we did see over the last couple of years, he's kind of lost a step, right? Still super fast, still one of the fastest guys in the NFL, but he doesn't seem to be as open as he was previously, right? And Miami was actually a little better offensively without Tyreek Hill last year. So I look at maybe landing spots for him. It's got to be a competitor. It's got to be somebody who feels like they are just right there. Like they just need a guy like Tyreek Hill who's not going to be the number one wide receiver on the team, but can be a burner that takes the top off, wind up becoming like that Deshaun Jackson type guy towards the end of his career, where you know he's just going to go out there for go routes, and you better be able to keep up with him. Because, yes, he's still super fast. He's still the cheetah. But as your number one wide receiving option, that's not a good place to land, right? And I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Jalen Waddle went to Denver. So I feel like that's a great pickup for Denver. But like that to me will solidify Denver winning the division this year. I genuinely believe that. I know that the Chargers brought in David Njoku. The issue with the Chargers is that I still don't trust that receiving core. I know Njoku's a great security blanket, but Denver has weapons. They can run the ball. They're a very balanced team. Getting Jalen Waddle on there, that to me is going to be something that really puts them over the top. I would make them, that's a team, again, they could have made the Super Bowl last year. It probably would have been the same outcome, but they could have made the Super Bowl last year if not for Bo Nix suffering a freakish ankle injury kneeling down and having to have their AFC championship hopes ride on the noodle arm of Jared Stidham. Tommy's saying, watch Philly go after Tyreek Hill after they trade A.J. Brown. There's a part of me that wants the Dallas Cowboys because I don't feel like Philadelphia is going to really be able to trade A.J. Brown. And they're probably just going to put him on waivers. And if he's able to go through the waiver process, I would love, and I know it sounds chaotic, but hear me out. I would love the Dallas Cowboys to go after A.J. Brown as a free agent, right? If he just gets cut and Philadelphia's got to eat some of that salary. And you do the Russell Wilson type deal, right? Where you sign him to a minimum because he's getting a shit ton of money from Philadelphia anyway. Why not? Why wouldn't you if you're the Dallas Cowboys? Imagine that three-headed wide receiver monster that Dakota can just throw the ball to. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and A.J. Brown. That is a fantasy football type roster. That's some shit you do. You pull off a weird trade in Madden. That would be great. I also don't think it would happen. But it would be great. For me, it would be great. But I could see a scenario where Miami goes after Tyreek Hill. I was also thinking maybe, and hear me out here, maybe Buffalo. Yeah. Tommy's saying, I'm sure the first team on the waiver wire would claim Brown in a hot minute. It would be the Cleveland Browns, and it can be Brown in Cleveland as a Brown. Give him number 34, and people will think he's Jim Brown. But I agree with you. He's not clearing waivers. If he gets released, because right now, if you're a team in the NFL, why would you trade for him? Why would you give up assets for him whenever you know he just wants to be gone? And we've seen this time and time again where you make enough noise, the team will just cut you. So it seems like that might be what winds up happening to A.J. Brown. I don't think there's really a trade partner out there for him. Also on this list, Stephon Diggs. A lot of baggage, a lot of off-field stuff. He was found not guilty recently. Do you take a flyer on Stephon Diggs? If you're any of these teams out there, right? New England can use him as a wide receiver. They really could use him. They just didn't bring him back. Maybe that's where Philadelphia trades to, would be New England. I could see New England doing that. There's some draft capital there that they can get rid of. The interesting one to me, there's two cornerbacks here. I guess we can go three cornerbacks, all of them under the age of 30. Marshawn Lattimore, Trayvon Diggs, L'Jarius Sneed. There's a part of me that pictures Marshawn Lattimore in a Dallas Cowboys uniform. And Tommy, talk me off the ledge here. Well, the Dallas Cowboys do need a lot of secondary help. Lattimore is a dude that brings the wood. He has gotten burned a few times, but who hasn't in that Dallas Cowboys secondary, if I'm being honest with myself? But then I look at L'Jarius Sneed, and I'm like, maybe, right? Maybe that's somebody that the Dallas Cowboys could use. I just want the Cowboys to have another guy out there alongside Downs. I don't think you need to rely on Caleb Downs as your number one, right? Let him kind of develop the way that he should develop. I get it. Cornerback isn't the same as quarterback, but I would love to see a scenario where I don't want Trayvon Diggs. We already know what Trayvon Diggs brings, but maybe Lattimore or Sneed come to the Dallas Cowboys. And then Deebo Samuel. I think my boy's career is over. I genuinely do. I genuinely feel like Deebo Samuel, I don't think he's going to be on the team this year, but we shall see. Tommy, let me know that Lattimore is washed, bro. Yes, Snead. I can say I'm down with Snead. Okay, we Snead him on the Dallas Cowboys. That was dumb. Y'all deserve better than that. We will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. No show on Wednesday because of a day game at Southwest University Park. Hopefully, I'll see you all out there on Wednesday. Have a good Monday, y'all.